There once was a time not long ago, a time where both sides of the Marvel fandom got exactly what they wanted. A time where character mattered above all, and storytelling was a well-respected craft.
There was an idea. Stark knows this.
A time where heroes were heroes, villains were villains, and everything simply made sense. A time short-lived, however, as the era of old came to a bitter, not-so-sweet end, and what I like to call Gen Z Marvel gained power in the universe. A power so great, it would exponentially ruin box office returns. It would change the beloved into the bastardized. It would ruin careers, topple trilogies, leave legacies in despair, and ultimately lead to one terrifically terrible idea. A trigger word for fans of true cinema, but a triumphant trophy of participation for others. I'm of course referring to the Marvel cinematic garbage pile known only as Ironheart. And today, folks, we're taking one final dumpster dive into the depths of this truly disastrous and downright disgusting mutation of what Marvel once was. It's the season finale, so plug your f***ing noses, grab enough drinks to get shit-faced, and forget you ever watched this godforsaken piece of content when you're finished. And per tradition, this is gonna get bloody diabolical. So, like, subscribe, comment, and let's do this. We begin the final episode with Parker staring directly at the audience with a look of a man who knows he's not getting a second season. We're back in the same flashback from episode 4 where he pulled a heist on his dad's mansion. Now, Cousin John makes another appearance for what might be his final seconds on screen, and in glorious fashion, he punches an NPC like it's his first time playing GTA. Rest in peace, Italian Job. Let's run that one back in his name, please. No, slow it down. Glorious. Seriously, guys, F's in the comments for John. Italian Job. You know the name. Now, it's obviously clear this next piece of dialogue was originally intended for that first flashback where Parker and John splitting up was meant to be more metaphorical than an actual reflection of what happened in reality.
We gotta go. Split up. John, how do I find you? I'm never too far away. I'm always with you.
You see, this time around, the dialogue doesn't quite work because it's intended to play out as if this was what actually happened. And if Parker wanted to find him, he probably has this new invention called, I don't know, a cell phone. Or even better, I'm 100% certain these two live together at this point. So yeah, this scene makes no sense when it's not being used as a metaphorical memory. The writers probably didn't understand this, or were just too lazy to fix it. Or too stupid. I'm willing to bet they're just not self-aware of their own writing, though. Now, judging by the audio, the guards were literally right behind Parker inside the mansion, but his dad only hires fat f***s, I guess. So Parker gains half a football field by the time he reaches this fence. It turns out Parker is only half Mexican, so he can't actually fully climb the fence here. Now, before you go white knighting in the comments about that joke, I ran it by my roommate from Guadalajara, and he ate that shit up. So I don't want to hear it. I don't.
Hola, habla el roommate de Stoney. Solo para decirles, claro que estuvo chistoso su chiste, por favor, no se vayan a quejar los comentarios. Guys, stop being a bitch.
Anyways, Parker makes his escape from the Special Olympics security team and hits a devious slide down this hill like he's playing Fortnite. Poor form, Parker. Even young Leia from the Kenobi show outplayed you here. Now, let me know who did it better in the comments. Personally, I'm taking young Leia 10 times out of 10. Now, Parker makes his way into an ominous tunnel with guards on both sides now, and I'm 100% willing to bet this is where we get the Mephisto reveal. The odds are not in Parker's favor.
I do not like your odds.
That's what I'm saying, Mephisto. Welcome to the show. Took you long enough. Now, Parker pulls a pistol on Satan himself, and we see the guards in the background not really making any progress towards both of them. This has got to be some sort of reality manipulation by Mephisto. Classic.
Well, I could answer, or I could open the door.
Now, Mephisto is obviously going to make a door appear out of nowhere, and I'm gonna say, due to efficient use of set budgeting, we're gonna end up in that goddamn pizza parlor somehow.
What door? What are you talking about, man?
Desperitos. Called it. Time for a pizza date with the devil.
Who the hell are you, man?
Who is he? I can answer that. Mephisto is a fictional character appearing in American comic books published by Marvel Comics. The character first appeared in Silver Surfer #3 and was created by Stan Lee and John Buscema. I don't know how you say it. And based on Mephistopheles, a demon character from the Faust legend who has sometimes been referred to as Mephisto. Wikipedia. Sorry, had to. Now, he's not quite the devil himself, but he's close enough. He's an evil, powerful magic demon guy, okay? And that's all we need to know. That's probably all we're gonna ever know. Anyways, no season 2. Although I might go for a season 2.
Me? I'm just a fan. Fan who wants to be in the Parker Robbins business.
Man, we've only gotten like 30 seconds of this guy on screen, and I can already tell I'm gonna have a hard time making fun of this guy. He's gotta be the most entertaining part of the show already. They're really nailing the persona. Well done. Can't lie. Hopefully, actually, who am I kidding? They're gonna find a way to f this up.
Can I ask you a question?
Can you ask a question? Yeah, sure, go ahead. Ask away. What a nice guy, right?
Do you mind if I stare at you?
Yeah.
Amazing. What a face.
Thank you. He really is a nice guy. Yeah, I appreciate this guy. Now, Mephisto continues to glaze Parker harder than a Shohei Ohtani TikTok comment section.
You are a legend. Well, you're not currently, but you deserve to be.
This is weird.
No, this is weird. I'm actually enjoying the show for once. I'm not gonna lie, I'm enjoying this shit. Mephisto hands Parker a slice of pizza, and he says something that I headcanoned as metaphorical.
Try that. If it's not right, we'll send it back. Keep on bringing it till it's perfect. Try it.
I feel like on a deeper layer, this is how he treats his victims, trying out different humans until he finds the perfect disciple that he can take advantage of. Not sure if the writers intended it to be read this way, hence headcanon, but that's how I see it. We get this strangely framed shot with this family in the background. Kind of a distraction for Parker, maybe because he's jealous he doesn't get to have a family like that.
Anyway, this shit about me fulfilling my potential. I mean, how would I even...
He shut that family up faster than the new Carnival Cruise regulations. Yeah, I said that. I really did. Had to be said. Joke was too easy.
You just did that?
Did you like it? You want me to do it to someone else? Shall I do it to the whole city?
The whole city? Nah, I got one better. How about the entire cast of the show, please and thank you, Mephisto. Now, Mephisto is trying to find out what hedonistic desire Parker has, and his answer is basically just money.
I wanna be rich.
Okay, how rich?
Like stupid, disgusting, greasy rich.
I actually appreciate this scene because we get to see Mephisto dig into the psyche of Parker here and flex his invasive, soul-grabbing nature.
Stupid, disgusting, greasy. Okay, you got it. I can't.
Now, between the memory flashes and using an external voice, he's actually quite intimidating and highly entertaining. I gotta hand it to the writers here. Doing some good work for once. Doing the Lord's work. Or the devil's work. I don't know.
You're gonna give me everything I want?
No, of course I'm not, you beautiful human being.
Now, I like that Mephisto is not just a genie in a bottle. He's not just gonna, give you whatever you want. He's gonna make Parker work for what he wants, gifting Parker the tools that will ultimately corrupt him over time. Nice concept.
I'm just gonna give you the tools so that you can get yourself everything that you deserve.
But what's in it for Mephisto? What does he get?
I wanna be king. And what's in it for you?
Oh, something you won't even miss.
Now, obviously, Parker is stupid as f*** and blinded by greed, so he just accepts the deal. No further questions asked.
I knew you were smart.
No, this guy never says what he actually means. And like I said, Parker is indeed a dumb motherfucker. Now, this is where Parker finally gets the hood from Mephisto.
How do I look?
Right now, you look like shit.
Oh. I guess he does sometimes say exactly what he means. Now we cut to a new scene with Parker eating what looks like the King's Feast from Shrek 2, and we get probably the worst looking title card yet. I like when they feel more naturally integrated. This one just looks fake to me, although these are arguably the most creative part of the entire show outside of the Iron Suit animations. I mean, props to the animators, at least. I know you guys are working hard. Hey, I see you. Parker is watching a newscast breaking down his new takeover of his dad's company.
Has made an overnight exit, now setting the table for a so-called invisible partner to take the helm.
Invisible partner. Get it? Because he goes invisible. But the newscaster doesn't know this, and it's also like commonly used business terminology. Yeah, the look on Parker's face sums up how I felt after hearing that line. This is awkward. We then get the world's lousiest performance out of what was once considered to be a great actor.
You tried the caviar?
Something about being held against one's will kills the appetite.
I swear, this character becomes more of a complete bitch every time we see him on screen.
Besides, eating animal babies is unethical.
He doesn't eat caviar. They aren't babies, guy. The eggs have never been fertilized. My guy. I swear, the writers want this guy to be a pussy so bad, they'll just have him say anything even if it doesn't make sense. Who am I kidding? Nothing makes sense in this show. Now, this next part can only be described as absolute pure cringe, so let's just watch it together.
Eat.
This is like the Walmart version of the scene where Homelander makes the Deep eat his octopus girlfriend. Seriously, this show makes The Boys look like Shawshank Redemption. Now, yeah, The Boys is way more entertaining, but it's got a lot of problems too. But it's fun. Now, being serious for a second, this scene is basically meant to show Parker at the height of his greed with the feast and the mansion and all, but it's also here to let Parker threaten Zeke for potentially lying to him about Riri.
You've been less than honest with me. You know we'd have a problem, right?
Spoiler alert, we never really get a resolution between those two characters, Parker and Zeke. But yeah, also, side note, I write these scripts as I react to the video, and then as I'm reading off the script to you guys of my reaction, I insert little things. Anyways, continue.
I'm not doing this.
My guy, he's had mind control on you since the last episode. Have you not learned anything? I mean, this guy's supposed to be a pretty smart character, but the writers just make him an absolute dumbass whenever they want, just so they can humiliate him. At this point, he's just a tool to make other characters look better. Happens to be the only white guy in the main cast, outside of Mephisto, who's only been in the last episode here. But make of that what you will in the comment section. I'm still on the fence about all this nonsense. Now, Zeke hits Parker with the world's sickest burn.
You're a real piece of shit.
Do you know how silly you look? You don't belong here, and everyone's gonna know that.
Anyways, Parker agrees he looks silly because Mephisto gave Parker a facial, and it's not quite socially acceptable to walk around with the devil's jizz on your face. So Parker goes home to cover it up with tattoos. Yeah, that'll do it, Parker. That'll do it. Ironically, in this day and age, face tattoos might just be more socially acceptable than skin conditions. So I kind of get it. Kind of makes sense. We also get a flashback to the pizza parlor scene with Mephisto.
I'm just gonna give you the tools so that you can get yourself everything that you deserve.
Now, it's important to note that Mephisto says deserve and not desire, because Parker's life is kind of crumbling around him despite having the wealth he ultimately wished for in the beginning. The devil's in the details, my guy. Read the contract. We then cut to Riri trying to recreate the Natalie AI, of course.
I don't understand. Everything is exactly the same. Why can't I map Nat?
Why can't you map Nat? I know. Because plot. Because writers. We can't have it be that easy for you, Riri. I know you get everything you want typically, and when you do get it, you throw it away or you break it. But yeah, it's not going to be that easy. I do know an evil magic demon guy who gives you whatever you want. Actually, he gives you what you deserve, so I wouldn't take that deal if I were you, Riri. I wouldn't take that deal.
I'll make that deal. How about you bitch? You make that deal?
I'd make that deal.
I don't blame you. Damn good deal.
No, Brad Pitt, I would not take... I said I wouldn't take that deal. Come on, what are we doing?
What?
Seriously, this is the problem with this character. I don't think there's ever been a single scene where she's been a genuinely nice character. Well, she did give headphones to Xavier, but that's superficial. She's always bitching, moaning, clapping back, and shifting the blame onto other characters. She's genuinely off-putting, like with the way she acts, like her body language, her facial expressions. She's not funny. She's not even actually that smart outside of magically whipping up any billion-dollar tech overnight that the writers need her to have, and she has zero aura. She lacks aura. Where's the aura? The only way I could see someone getting behind this character is if they were on Epstein's flight log. Sorry, that joke was actually pretty dark. I don't support it, but I said it. But I said it.
I didn't lose her. Magic took her. And magic can bring her back.
Oh, magic can bring her back. Oh, really? You're just sure of this all of a sudden. You're an expert on magic now, too. It's obvious the writers needed to fast-track the ending and give her motivation to meet Mephisto for a climactic ending. So here she goes. Seriously, it's been 6 episodes and we have almost zero character growth from her. It's awful.
And thank you, all of you. I know I'm bad at showing it, But this really means a lot. I couldn't have done this alone.
Spoke too soon, actually. This is probably the first time she showed any empathy in the entire show. Still, not enough to outweigh the rest of the shit she's done. I bet the writers thought this was a huge moment for her.
Be careful. I will.
No, let's be honest. No, you won't. You've never been careful in your entire career on screen here. Let's be honest. Now, Riri takes off, and we cut back to Parker trying to summon Satan.
Answer me, damn it. Talk to me.
Already done what I got told.
When'd you get an accent?
You get an attitude.
I swear, Mephisto is the world's biggest troll. Dude puts on a British accent just to fuck with him. I like this guy. Now, Parker complains about being left on red by a demon, and we get yet another nice scene with the most entertaining character in the show.
And where the hell have you been?
Oh, I've been a little bit busy. You see, you're not my only client. Didn't you get my messages?
You mean these scars?
Yeah, I got no critique here. It's just tens across the board. This guy should have been a main character since day one. Now, Mephisto basically insinuates that he's had enough of Parker's bullshit, and he puts him in his place.
You lied to me.
I said, be careful how you sprint to me. I gave you every tool you needed to live your best life, including this lovely hood that you're so very, very fond of.
The scene is disappointingly interrupted way too quickly by Riri arriving at the pizza parlor.
Riri.
See?
I swear, this dude's acting is going downhill quicker than those idiots who partake in the British cheese rolling festival. Bet most of you learned that that's actually a thing that exists just now. The more you know. It's real. Look it up. Now, Zeke confronts Riri here, and for superficial dramatic tension, he doesn't attack Riri right away.
Yo, I think you got hacked.
Oh.
We cut back to Mephisto's monologue. Thank the Lord.
You wanted to be stupid, greasy rich, like a modern-day Shakespeare. He was also a twat.
Did this guy just drop a hint about giving Shakespeare superpowers? What, did he give the dude a magic quill? Or does everybody get the hood? Honestly, this would be a great show. Every episode could be Mephisto manipulating iconic figures from history, giving them a unique item that gives them the powers so they can become corrupted and get everything they deserve. Could be low budget too. Would have been 1,000 times better, but let's be honest, Marvel would still find a way to fuck it up.
I'm trying. Did everything I was supposed to, but it just feels empty. Can't you give me more?
It just feels empty. Really, that's the line. It's crazy how transparent the writers are with the dialogue from Parker. There's no nuance. It's just like they wrote the idea behind the character's emotion as dialogue instead of actually putting the effort in to make it sound good. This is how I see the writer's room going down for this piece of dialogue. All right, guys. So in this scene, Parker just kind of feels empty and he wants more power from Mephisto. Let's cook. Let's get something in writing here. Roger, you got something? Yeah, so what we're going to have him say, and this is going to be good, just brace yourselves. The line, and this is the final draft, no second drafts. The line goes like this. Roger? Roger? Sorry, I'm still working through that last Xanax I popped in the bathroom. What was the line again? Oh, it just feels empty. Can't you give me more? Oh, fantastic, Roger. It's going in the script.
You having a laugh? You are hilarious.
I know. I'm hilarious, but that last part I wrote was dead serious. I'll take it, though. Thanks, Mephisto. You're a good guy. A bad guy, but a good guy.
With someone more appreciative. Yeah, that would be lovely.
Rampage is back, baby. I knew it. He's a grateful guy, I promise. He's very grateful. Jokes aside, it's pretty obvious that he's going to have Riri take his place because who the fuck else would it be? And also, we cut directly to her again.
I totally hear your request. There's just one small, tiny little snag.
Parker finds out you're alive, I'm dead. So
he's worse again. This guy keeps getting worse. Every time he's on screen, his acting is worse. This has got to be a humiliation ritual for the Solo movie's box office earnings, because what the f else is even going on? This guy was good in Oppenheimer, I swear. He was in it. Look it up. Better yet, I'll just show you. Here he is.
I told you about Einstein by the pond.
You did, but sir, since nobody really knows what they said to each other, that is it possible they didn't talk about you at all?
He's even next to Tony Stark. And now he's next to the knockoff version of Iron Man. He's literally, his career has gone down the darkest path. No pun intended. Speaking of Star Wars, Han Solo Jr. goes full Emperor Palpatine as he manhandles Riri with the Force. This dude is seriously just a cyborg Sith Lord at this point. It's hilarious. We cut back to Mephisto and he makes his final deal with Parker and dips the fuck out.
So I hold on to the hood and you make it more powerful, right?
We also get a little tiny bit of character growth from Riri here as she doesn't go straight for the kill on Zeke like she did with my boy Cousin John, aka Italian Job, rest in peace. F's in the chat, F's in the comments.
You think you can help me? How?
Riri locks him in the freezer and I shit you not, she tells Zeke the only way to help him is to kick him in the balls. You think I'm joking?
You think you can help me? How?
I'm gonna knee you in the groin.
What?
I try to hold back, guys. I actually really do. I've only been crass with this show because it really tests me. It does. I've been saying that this Zeke character has been a voodoo ragdoll punching bag for the writers to humiliate at their whim, and I'm starting to think there's some real racial animosity going on behind the scenes. Up until Mephisto, this has been the only white main cast member, and we've seen him get shit on by a dog, get blackmailed by Riri, get his tech taken with zero compensation from Riri. He's cried on screen. He's become a literal slave to Parker, and now he's getting kicked in the nuts. He's not even a real character at this point. He's just an insert for the writer's hatred. It's 100% evident. I had to say it. I'm also starting to think Alden Ehrenreich, that's the actor, is acting completely well beneath his own talent level because I think he realizes by now how disrespectfully and retardedly written his character is, and he's strictly only here for the money. But let's see how this plays out.
Your body's gonna respond in crisis mode.
And shut down enough for you to manually override via the processor beneath the node of my neck. That's smart.
What the actual f***? How in Mephisto's asshole does Riri figure this out? Seriously, how does she know this? This is legit just an excuse to have the white guy get kicked in the nuts. I'm convinced this shit is trash. Utter garbage. I want to be more articulate on why this writing is retarded, but it speaks for itself. Like, I don't even have to do anything. I just have to show you. Like, you be the judge. Jarvis, roll the footage.
So, are we doing this?
All right, Riri. Let's try it.
Yas, Riri, my queen, please. Literally bust my balls. I'm begging. Can't believe I said that out loud, but duty calls.
Clean glow.
If this dude doesn't puke his guts out right now, he's definitely trans, because if you get kneed in the balls by an iron suit, your entire existence leaves your body for a good 2 minutes or more. Hilariously, though, even with an Iron Man suit, the female character still had to resort to kicking the man in the balls to win the fight. Poetic. Poetic justice, I guess. Riri does some sort of OP tech bullshit because the writer said she could, and Joe is back to normal as Joe can get.
Our last step is to override Parker's hold. The quick and dirty fix is to automate a virus that'll put you and the implants to sleep. You'll hard reset and start brand new. Cool?
Also, Riri puts a blanket around Joe for whatever reason. You know, after I get kicked in the nuts, I always also put a blanket around me to make myself look like even more of a bitch. Checks out. I don't think there was a single straight white male on the entire writer's room. And if there was, check the fucking closet.
So we're friends again, Joe?
Friends? Bitch, you were never friends with my guy Zeke here. You blackmailed him, borrowed his tech, aka took it with no repayment, as I said. You got him locked up in jail, and now you kicked him in the nuts. I don't call that a friend. I call that an absolute piece of shit.
I have millions of dollars worth of weapons inside me and no idea where to put this anger.
No idea where to put your anger. Well, Zeke, let me give you a little tip. Try making YouTube videos about it. You might get a few views. It really helps. And the comments are golden too, guys. Seriously, I'm looking at you guys. You keep me going. You really do. I love it. Keep it up. And please like the video and subscribe. What are you doing? I love you 3000.
Go handle Parker. Just know you and I aren't done.
Oh, you're not done with her yet. Bold move, Zeke. Bold move. Saving the real fight for the non-existent second season. Respectable. Riri passes the mini-boss fight and moves up the elevator to confront Hood Boy Parker. Finally. There's also almost 20 minutes left in the episode, so this is either going to be the world's most drawn-out fight scene, or Marvel is actually taking the time to thank all the negative reviewers individually in the credits. Probably not the second one, though. There's a lot of names. Calm down, Parker. I'm not that funny, I swear.
I'm sorry. I shouldn't laugh. It's just, you were so sure that you were one of the good ones.
Okay, I am one of the good ones. People love these videos, I swear. People love them. Best videos around. Best videos. Okay, on a serious note, Parker legitimately speaks the words to Riri that we've all been dying to hear for 6 episodes now.
You have your fancy suit, but you're not gonna use it to stop a speeding train or save a city from an asteroid. You just want this power for yourself.
I think Parker is now the #1 character for me. Nailed it. Bravo. Are the writers self-aware, or are they going to try to nullify Parker's statements here and, provide a redemption arc for Riri? I think it's too late, but let's find out.
That's not why I'm here. It's not worth the cost.
Not worth the cost? Riri, let's get this straight. You only quit doing crimes when you found out you might get yourself murdered. If your own life was never threatened, you would have kept going. You would have kept going. That's literally the definition of selfish. But all right, Riri. Time for some bullshit last-minute redemption arc, I guess. You're still a fucking criminal.
Face it, Riri. You're a criminal.
That's what I'm saying. And she wasn't even mind-controlled like Winter Soldier. She's got no excuse. Now here's where we get a full-on magic battle between Retard 1 and Retard 2. Zero training, by the way. Riri got this magic power 5 seconds ago, and she's already going to be better than Wong, better than Strange, and better than Wanda combined. Not gonna lie, I cooked with that line. Don't tell me I didn't.
Don't tell me that's magic.
No, it's not magic. It's just shitty writing. It's magically awful somehow, though. I think the writers made a deal with Mephisto, and he gave them everything they needed to ruin their careers. Knowing Marvel, though, they'll probably somehow end up writing the next Captain Marvel movie or a second season of She-Hulk. I wouldn't put it past him. Anyways, it's Chicago, and Parker's a dumbass, so he takes on Riri with 2 Glocks.
Now it's a fight.
Parker's powers are conveniently starting to peak here, and he legit goes full demon mode on Riri.
Parker, look at what it's doing to you.
Now, Riri can't handle the spawn of Satan, so she literally self-destructs. And just like that, her new suit is trashed. Caught me off guard. Can't lie. Caught me off guard. Didn't see it coming. Now, this is where Parker gets the upper hand and comes back still strapped. Pause. Here's where we're going to take bets in the comments as per tradition. I know some of you have already seen the show, but for those of you that are watching along for the first time, let's do this. We have Riri set up for failure, but we know she has main character plot privilege, so she's obviously not going to lose. How does she survive here? Is it going to be the bubble shield watch? Maybe black magic Velma saves the day? Or how about a Xavier sacrifice? Maybe not. What about an Emperor Palpatine Zeke redemption sacrifice? Sounds pretty sweet. What else do we got? Maybe Mephisto wastes Parker for fun after seeing the potential in Riri? Pause this. Pause the video. Tell me in the comments how you think this ends, and let's find the fuck out. I'm waiting. Okay, Jarvis, roll tape.
It sounds kind of stupid when I say it out loud, but I trusted you.
My guy, everything you say out loud has sounded stupid. Hate to be the guy to break it to you. Although, I love to be the guy to break it to you.
This one's for John.
This one's for John? Cousin John? Italian job? You better not fucking miss, bro. My whole comment section is rooting for you. I promise. I promise.
What the hell?
Pretty sweet hologram.
Oh, fuck me. I did not see that shit coming. They got me. They really did. You know, if we rewind and pause, we can see the exact moment where the writers gave it all away. Look, see, Riri is actually hurt and she's bleeding. And before this, we're not allowed to see Riri actually show physical signs of injury unless you count her limping for 4 seconds after a 5-foot drop from a ventilation shaft for some fucking reason in that one scene. So yeah, this last part of the scene had to be a hologram. I really should have known. I should have seen it coming. Anyways, roll tape, Jarvis. I gotta see how she finishes him off. No diddy. So, Riri finally gets the hood, of course, but she already has demon magic from Dormammu. So is she now going to have double demon power? I mean, we already know she can't destroy it, Maybe give it to Doctor Strange for safekeeping? Probably not. That's not in the budget for this show, and I wouldn't even want Doctor Strange to touch this script with his 10-foot magic staff. Again, no Diddy.
You all done?
Am I done? You caught me monologuing. I'm sorry. I'm not done yet, though. We still got at least 12 minutes left in the episode, so bear with me. Go on, though.
You don't know what it's like without it. It hurts. It hurts.
It hurts. My guy, we've seen you without the hood for half the show. And if you're going to say it's because someone else took it, we already saw Clown snatch that shit in the 3rd episode, and you seemed fine. She didn't seem fine, though, thanks to Cousin John.
Bullets.
Rest in peace. F's in the chat. She leaves Parker lying on the floor like a little bitch and enters the elevator with the camera at a Dutch angle. So you know my boy Mephisto is lurking here somewhere.
Who are you?
Oh, him? That's my boy Mephisto. He's a good guy. Trust me. You should take whatever deal he offers. I promise you.
You hungry? Always.
I like how we keep getting layers or new layers to this character. Like he even knows what people are about to say, you know, completing their sentences. It's a nice touch from the writers here. Mephisto offers Riri a seat here, and you know, he really does come off like a pretty nice guy.
We have some mutual acquaintances. But we'll get to that. In the meantime, sit, eat. You got to be famished from...
I mean, I know he completely f***s people for a living, but I might take his deal if I'm in the right mood. Especially if the guy buys me a pizza first. No Diddy, though. Promise, no Diddy.
You heard that?
Yes.
No, you didn't hear that. I promise, you heard nothing. You heard nothing. Mephisto, per usual, though, drops an absolute banger of a line here.
You don't want to sit down wearing that goofy Transformer costume? Let me help.
You know, up until he said this out loud, I couldn't quite place it for some reason. But yeah, she does look strikingly similar to Anthony Ramos' character with the human Transformer suit from Rise of the Beasts. Uncanny. Not gonna lie, the writers are actually cooking with Mephisto for some reason. I'm willing to bet half the dialogue is improv because Sacha Cohen is actually a pretty goated actor, if I do say so. Now, I gotta give credit where it's due, of course, but I'm still lacking a clear motive for Mephisto. Like, we know he vaguely wants souls or something along those lines, but I wonder if we're getting a real reason behind him reaping all these souls. You know, I'm hoping, but we're not gonna get that. Let's be real. Let's continue, though.
Great. Another magic asshole.
That's me.
Oh, another magic asshole. That actually makes 3 of you now, Riri, if you actually think about it. You've got magic now, and you're an asshole. Anyways, we get to see Sacha Cohen flex his acting chops here as he switches accents on a dime.
Guilty as charged. Ain't you the perceptive one?
And you're the Riri Williams.
I don't know if these are accurate accents or not, but it's just genuinely fun to watch. I like it. Sue me.
I help people realize their wildest ambition. People like you.
People like me.
Yeah, people like you, Riri. Genuine shitheads. He goes after arrogant dumbasses. The perfect candidate. He also goes on here to tell Riri exactly what she wants to hear.
And that's why I'm here. To help the unseen. The unheard.
I genuinely think he's absolutely full of shit here, obviously, but he needs Riri on his side, so he's manipulating her because, let's be honest, she's absolutely none of these things. She's basically had everything she wanted in life, but she threw it all away in the beginning of the show. He's literally flashing back her memories from the previous episodes, and it comes off so pathetic that I just feel bad the writers didn't give him better character material from Riri to work with. I mean, we see her scene from MIT, which is really the only real hardship she experienced when she got expelled, if you want to call it hardship. We also, for some reason, see the scene where she was unable to pay for her junkyard scraps because the writers literally had nothing else to show. Hilarious. This scene would hit a lot harder if you just wrote a better show, wrote a better character.
Now, sometimes that means I deal with the selfish or the stingy. People who think their brute force makes them better.
Selfish and stingy. You found the perfect girl, Mephisto. As I said, well done. Well done. Now, inevitably and ironically, this is where the writers get too greedy and downright retarded with the concept of Mephisto, and it absolutely loses me.
For example, out of the Forbes 100 richest list, I've made a deal with 100 of them, plus 14 kings, 3 popes, and also a Beatle, Ringo.
I'm willing to bet the line about Ringo from the Beatles was 100% improv from Sacha Cohen here because that was genuinely funny. Can't lie. The dude's funny. If you didn't know, Ringo is considered the weakest, least talented member of the Beatles. But also, if he made all these deals with these famous people, you know, the 100 Forbes guys, Kings, and Ringo, what are the downsides that did they start getting veins all over their face too? How do they deal with that in public? I'm just not gonna lie, it completely breaks the whole Mephisto mythos here. Like I said, broke the character for me. Fun while it lasted. Still a goated actor though, so I guess we can get a kick out of it. Now here's where Mephisto really digs into Riri's psyche.
And if we work together with your once-in-a-generation mind, and that my skills, you're capable of building something iconic.
He's got her. I think he's onto something here. Going after her #1 self-proclaimed motive. Perfect. Riri accidentally says something funny here, too.
Okay, Mr. Dormammu, man.
Dormammu?
Dormammu? My guy is way cooler than Dormammu, okay? This guy would not settle for a bargain with Doctor Strange. No, sir. Absolutely not.
Dormammu? That ugly pillock isn't fit to clean my glorious arsehole.
Told you. Dormammu isn't even capable of giving him a rim job. Dark humor for a Marvel show aimed at kids. It is Hollywood, though. Full Diddy. I know. That was a good one. I really worked my way up to that full Diddy with the no Diddy lines previously in the video. Terrible stuff, but I said it. Had to be said. Anyways, we finally get the actual name drop from my guy here.
If it ain't Dormammu, then what?
You can call me Mephisto.
Now, it's obvious the writers dropped this line strictly for the satisfaction of sweaty comic fans, and it just kind of came off as fourth wall breaking in a way.
So, is that supposed to mean something to me?
No, Riri, it's clearly not meant to mean anything to you. It's purely fan service, but also you needed to know his name, kind of. So yeah, I guess it works. We finally get to the real meat of the conversation as Mephisto discovers what she really desires. Natalie, of course.
I can see you hurting. What can I do for you?
No, you...
There's got to be a catch, though. What's the catch? Let me guess. Nothing she's gonna miss.
The kind of life I could offer you.
What's the catch?
Obviously. Easy guess. But really, is she also going to accept the deal without further questions, just like Parker did? Oh, God. She took the deal, didn't she? She took the fucking deal. Jarvis, I gotta see what's next. Roll tape. Okay, we get a montage of the city. Riri is writing down some sort of techno-magic equation, and she did it.
It worked.
The bitch never learns. She took the deal. She saw how corrupt Parker became with the veins on his face and the crazy shit, and she still took the literal deal with the devil. And now she still has Dormammu powers. It's fucking Marvel's final fucking boss. Holy shit. Holy shit. Why do they do this with every female character? Like, they're all just Marvel final bosses. We got female Jesus superhero Captain Marvel. We got Gaia from Secret Invasion, where she basically got every Avengers hero and villain power all in one magical serum. And now this. She's got an Iron Man suit and the powers of Wanda and Doctor Strange. And Mephisto. Mephisto me, dude. This is fucking shitty. This is shitty. Just like that joke. It's awful.
Over-advanced AI are quite the surprise. Oh, look, I've been in here hacking the magic.
Excuse me, what the fuck? What? Hacking the magic. This has to be the stupidest character the MCU has ever created. And we got MODOK.
Cassie? I almost didn't recognize you.
I don't know how to explain it except making 6 hours of content on YouTube doing exactly that. It's all come to this. And let me guess, Natalie is actually real this time. Jarvis.
Run diagnostics. You can back up a little bit, boo. How did you do that?
You made a deal with Satan for Natalie. You signed it. That's how she fucking did it. And yes, Riri, the super genius, took the deal with no further questions about the sacrifice. Of course. And we get to see a glimpse of what it looks like for Riri to start getting demon scars on her body before we cut. Perfect. Just fantastic. What an ending. It's over. It's finally done. So many questions, 0 answers. Now, if everyone gets scars like that, like I said, how did the Forbes 100, the 14 Kings, the 3 Popes, and Ringo fucking star get away with it in public? Like I said, this shit makes no sense. Every time the writers have a character open their mouth, the mess gets messier. Of course, they both introduced and ruined the most entertaining character in the show within a single season finale. I love it. This is gold. This is gold. What else should we have expected, guys? Oh my. Also, there's got to be a dingleberry of a post-credit scene laying around somewhere. Here we go.
That's cute. You're Zelma, right?
How the hell does Parker know where Zelma works, and how does he know her name? Whoa, is there like a magic yellow pages? I'm not understanding. Like, even the post-credit scene further fucks the writing. Okay, what am I saying? Nothing in this show has ever been justified with logic. We know this by now. It's been 6 episodes of pure retarded nonsense, and this was the dingleberry on top. So let me guess, you just talk to random strangers off the street, and they all know about Zelma's magic.
How can I help you?
I need some heavy-duty magic, and everyone I talked to, they told me to come here, but...
Cool. Cool, guy. Cool. The show couldn't help itself. Understood. And wouldn't Riri have warned Zelma about this Parker guy who was out to murder them? Why am I still trying to write the show for them? I don't know, man. I'm exhausted. So now they've, at the very last, at the buzzer beater, they hit a buzzer beater and fucked Zelma's character even harder. Apparently she's just gonna help any random sketchy looking dude with scars on his face off the street and reveal her magic because someone referred him.
This ain't no regular shop, but if you're looking for magic, I can help.
Nice. That's it. We're finally actually done. Holy shit. And if you came to this show for representation, congratulations. Every single young black female on this show is an absolute f***ing idiot. Also, on a meta note, if you're wondering why I censor some of the fucks and the other ones are not censored, it's because I'm trying to get ad revenue, and you can only literally give so many fucks in the script. And after a while, I just get lazy. So I'm trying to find that sweet spot where I censor just enough to get paid. Bear with me. But holy shit. Holy fuck. Guys, that's the end of the show. That's the end of the show. I'm praying for a season 2 because honestly, this is the funniest thing I've seen all year. And I've been rewatching scenes of MODOK on YouTube for hours.
Cassie? I almost didn't recognize you.
I've been secretly gooning to MODOK. Can't lie. No, for real though, guys. Honestly, I've given 6 hours of what I've had to say. So now it's up to you guys in the comments. Let me hear your thoughts. Hit the likes, hit the subscribes, and as always, I love you 3000. Have a great day.